Well, we recap our latest storm, take a look at snow totals. The latest drought monitor is out. It doesn't include this storm, but it does include the weekend storm. And spring is back on track as we head into next week. So impressive snow totals here out of west central and northern Minnesota and along the North Shore. Basically, all these orange dots are 8 to 12 plus inches of snow. Many places coming in at over a foot, just over a foot in Garfield, right outside of Alexandria. Fergus Falls had 15 inches of snow, but the winner was Hovland on the North Shore, which has gotten the most snow of the whole winter, and on average is one of our snowiest spots in the state, way up here, deep into the Arrowhead here into Cook County. 15.2 inches of snow, but Finland saw over a foot of snow. Duluth saw about 7 inches of snow. 7 to 9 inches of snow, and importantly, a lot of water. Once again, these March, April storms are known for lots of water content, an inch to an inch and a half of liquid equivalent. Now, this doesn't factor into this morning's drought update because the data cutoff is 7 a.m. Tuesday, but the weekend storm does, and we did see a swath of south central Minnesota taken out of drought. So not a huge difference on the scope of the state. We went from 66 to 63% of the state in drought, but places like Mankato, Owatonna, Faribault taken out of moderate drought. And we saw way more precip in the month of March than we did all of winter combined, December, January, February. In fact, in the Twin Cities, more than double the water content in March than all of December, January, February. Cooler today, or coolish, I should say. It'll actually be warmer than yesterday, but mostly 40s for highs, lingering clouds. We will see some peaks of sun, breaks in the clouds developing, especially later in the day as the day progresses, but some instability-driven pop-up showers are possible in northern Minnesota. And finally, sunshine Saturday, Sunday. Much of next week looks pretty bright too, but some instability showers, as I mentioned, popping up in northern Minnesota. These will be mostly in the form of rain, but in northeastern Minnesota, maybe a spotty snow shower or two. That'll be mostly in the northern part of the state, though. Highs tomorrow will be warmer for us in the Twin Cities and points south, low to mid 50s, but 30s to the west. We've got a cold front that's going to be moving through later in the day tomorrow, and that's going to touch off another chance of precip. This is our last chance of precip, though, for probably a week. Some snow and rain showers ahead of that cold front, slowly moving east. So already late morning, western Minnesota, but not until probably late tomorrow night or early Saturday for us in eastern Minnesota, and most of it's fizzling out by then. But behind the front, it'll be cooler again. 40s southern Minnesota, 30s to the north, and we're going to stay on the coolish side of normal into early next week. So here's that first cool blast for the weekend, mostly 40s. Again, normal highs in the low 50s now for the Twin Cities, but another blast of even colder air, pretty potent, but for one day on Monday, we may not get out of the 30s, even in the Twin Cities, even with sunshine, strong April sun. So that gives you an idea of how cold that chunk of air is moving through Monday. 30s to near 40, 30s and 20s only for highs in northern Minnesota, but the pattern is a lot quieter. Again, after tomorrow's fairly modest precip, we'll see the potential for very little precip actually in eastern Minnesota, and most of what you see in western Minnesota is the result of that front late tomorrow. Slushy coating of snow even possible in northern Minnesota tomorrow, and western Minnesota maybe an inch or so, but Twin Cities probably nothing. And then by next Saturday, we're well into the 60s, maybe even near 70 here, those spring temperatures. So we're in for a cool stretch overall, below normal the next several days, but then next week we pop in the 60s, maybe even 70-degree readings. The American model still tries to give us some 80s at some point here by mid-April. So we'll see if that pans out. 45 today. Lingering clouds, but again, we should see some peaks of sun, especially in the afternoon hours. And then tomorrow, mix of clouds and sun, but mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Low 50s for highs. That's close to normal, though, actually. And then late in the day, again, a few showers possible, mainly in the overnight tomorrow night. Northern and western Minnesota in the afternoon hours, some rain and snow showers. Again, potential for a slushy coating of snow in northern and western Minnesota. But we're talking probably an inch or less in those areas. And then the weekend's brighter. Temporarily a little warmer again on Sunday, but cold Monday, and then spring temperatures back next week. Lots of sunshine too next week, and overall dry weather until maybe Thursday we could see a few showers again.